Hey guys, I'm Ghost, and today we're going to be talking about a brand new Zelda game set between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, which is named The Missing Link, so let's get into it. So before I get into this, I want to give a quick rundown on what this game actually is for someone who may not be familiar with it. After Link defeats Ganon in Ocarina of Time, the storyline for Majora's Mask starts, where Link is shown riding his horse on a personal quest to find his fairy Navi. However, there's a gap in between the games, and that's what the Missing Link tries to solve. Many of you are probably aware of how the Great Deku Tree died at the end of Ocarina of Time. Because of that, the Kokiri Forest began to wither away. This little dude was not helping very much, and a fairy collecting demon started catching all the fairies in Hyrule. So, to save the forest, you get a Soul Charged Kokiri sword to use on your journey, and apparently the beam that it emits from when you attack was cut from the original game. This game is a surprise to me, honestly. The entire game revolves around this mechanic, so it's really fun to experiment with the quirks of it. After making your way out of the Kokiri Forest, you head into the deep woods. The music here is absolutely fantastic, by the way. It's one of my favorite themes in the entire mod. Maybe it's the nostalgic feel to it, I don't know, but I much appreciated the Majora's Mask-like atmosphere mixed with some subtle references to the Lost Woods' theme. You go through a couple small puzzles and meet a couple of Deku scrubs who request that you show them a bomb chew in exchange for them to get you through some Deku guards. So, by using the 23 is number 1 hint, which you may have also seen in a previous Zelda game, you make your way to the Monktown Valley. Sauraen reveals that she is soulbound to your sword and that there is a curse set upon the valley that has turned everyone to Redens. This happened because the dwelling of a powerful god has had its holy tranquility disturbed. There are some really neat side quests that you can do that were honestly beyond my expectations, such as having a complete cutscene after destroying some bombs. It was at this point where I got stuck finding where I need to go next. The secret to get to the next place was actually right in front of me the entire time, but it took me a long time to find it because it was an obscure place that you would most likely brush over without noticing. That's one of the things that I really like about this mod. Like the other Zelda games, if you don't pay close attention, you'll struggle to solve the puzzles. Anyway, by making your way into the Monktown Sanctuary and defeating the boss that lies there, you bring peace to the land once again, turning all the people back into their normal selves. This allows you to speak to a shop owner and purchase bomb chews for the Deku scrubs that are in the deep woods. The layout of the map is another thing that I really enjoy about this game. I can almost visualize it in a Y shape, where the bottom part is the Kokiri Forest, the left side is the Monktown Valley, and the right side is the rest of the game. The Dekus give you access to the Deku Road and the Deku Grove, where Sauraen reveals that darkness is nearby. She then says that she can hear the cries of the fairies. Sauraen tried to defeat the demon imprisoning the fairies, but she failed and nearly lost her life. Instead of losing her life, she sealed the last of her energy in the sword, granting it its beam power to help Link defeat the demon. While making your way through the grove, you come across a salesman who gives you a bunny mask in exchange for some Deku nuts, which allows you to jump over a broken bridge which directly leads to Cluck Cluck Ranch. This final part of the game revolves around the bunny mask mechanics. Once you put that thing on, you zoom, and I mean zoom, and your jump distance is so much more than before as well. Once you get to Cluck Cluck Ranch, you meet Melon again and race Epona. By winning the race, you get Kojiro, a special blue cuckoo that can leave the ranch and fly over long distances. Using Kojiro, you can make it to the Hollow Root Keep. Finding out this step took me quite a while actually. I found this out after reading the message that Melon had. Anyway, let's get back to the dungeon. This dungeon has a couple of really clever puzzles and mini bosses such as the Stalfos and the Floor Master. You also get an incredible new item called the Magic Hourglass, which allows you to travel back in time. I would have liked to see this used in more of the game. Using the Hourglass, you can get to the boss room and fight the fairy-fueled demon. This was extremely impressive, and I give huge credit to the makers of this mod for creating such an amazing boss fight. After defeating it, you can teleport out of the boss room into a familiar forest, leading into the opening events in Majora's Mask. In my opinion, this mod was a grand slam in almost every way possible. The gameplay felt extremely similar to previous Zelda games, especially with the quests. The music excelled in every aspect, especially in themes like the deep woods and the Deku Grove, at least in my opinion. Of course, I have my small gripes, such as how I wish the Ocarina and the Hourglass item were used more, but those are some small things to brush off. This mod is sublime and I recommend it to every Zelda fan out there. If you guys want to see more Zelda content, as well as Breath of the Wild 2, then I'll greatly appreciate it if you guys subscribe to help get me to 1K. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.